Woodford County. You guys knew it wouldn't be too long before they added some girls state champions in the first year, because that's what Woodford County does. They're not known for the wrestling for no reason. Our guest here today, she was Woodford County's first ever girls state wrestling champion. So if you would, tell us who you are.
I'm Lacey Gilbert, and I'm a junior. I go to Woodford County.
And you, of course, remember, is it the Lady Yellow Jackets? Is that correct? Or
Yeah,
the
thanks.
okay,
Lady.
I just because it, like, I know at Union County they called their girls team the Bravettes. I didn't know if it was the Lady Yellow Jackets or the Yellow Jacketettes, or however, whatever you guys down there choose to call them. But you had a phenomenal performance in the 126-pound state championship match. Of course, we have the face off, the match video, Parade of Champions, medal ceremony, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But walk us through your journey of getting into wrestling, because it feels like I've been officiating you for the past, I don't know, 10 years or so. So walk us through that journey. How do you find wrestling?
It was about sixth grade I started wrestling. Well, I first started doing jiu-jitsu from a really young age. I started that when I was about 6 or 7.
Okay.
And then whenever I got older, around like 10 or 11, I stopped doing that. And then so I decided to go into wrestling because it ties together.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing that in sixth grade. And then I kind of just kept going it ever since.
And of course, you guys have saw Lane Kaiser's video, 2024 state champion from Trinity, 190 pounds. Of course, you guys saw the photos. He started, I think he said at 5, close to the same age as you, in a jiu-jitsu gym there in Louisville. So, you get in, you get a base, you get a love for it, and I don't want to use the word stray away from a discipline, but you may find that you're better at, there's jujitsu, there's judo, there's wrestling, then there's Greco, freestyle, folk style, like we do in high school. So you just got to find what's right for you. If you got the desire to do that, to compete, just got to find what suits you best. And I don't think, maybe there's like some club teams or some intramural, if you will, in other states, like jiu-jitsu state championships or whatever, but there's no official jiu-jitsu high school sport anywhere in the country. So if you do it, if you're watching this and you do practice judo, you're a practitioner, or judo or whatever it is, and your school has a wrestling team, come out and try it. Just try it and see what you think about it. You never know where it could take you. And getting your bracket research and everything, and there's so many matches over the years, so many kids and so many tournaments and stuff. And I'm not saying kids to be, acting like I'm an old man here, going to hand you a Werther's original and tell you about the good old days. But, high school age, I'm been out of high school longer than I was ever in, going on 21 years now being out. So all the students are way younger than me. And I was trying to think, I was like, I think that you had like a Wonder Woman singlet, right?
I had headgear.
Okay, that's it. Wonder Woman headgear. That's it. I was like, I'm pretty sure that I remember it was something to do with Wonder Woman. So that was pretty good. Pretty good headgear, to have Wonder Woman, good comic book character, if you will, to look up to.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, you wrestle at Woodford County. Woodford County has, as of this filming, this is the 20th of March, 2024. Woodford County has 13 team state championships. We're not going to go over all of them, but from 1970 to 2006, 13 team state championships. And as of this filming, that's second place overall in the state behind Union County. And 67 overall individual state champions. Of course, that's second place as well. 65 boys and 2 girls. And the other girl, of course, is Lauren Walton. We're going to be meeting with her as well. She was the most outstanding wrestler. And I bring that up because Woodford County, 1973, 1974, Jeff Fitch, most outstanding. 1997, Joe Carr Jr., most outstanding. 1998, Ian Horn, most outstanding. 2008, Harrison Courtney, most outstanding. So Woodford County, one of the best wrestling programs in the state of Kentucky. And you guys are going to see why Woodford County's girls team, I can only see great things coming the next couple years, and as long as the program exists for Lacey's performance in the finals here. But you get into wrestling, and sixth grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did it ever cross your thought process that at some point when you were in school that girls wrestling will be sanctioned in Kentucky?
No, I never really thought it would happen because there's always not a lot of girls around. There's always just
And the which I've said it in every girls video that we've done, want to give kudos where they deserve to the Coaches Association for stepping up and sanctioning a girls state tournament because they saw the need. And it was, I believe, started in 2019 was the first girls, and then 2024 was our first KHSAA girls state tournament. And for those of you maybe not familiar with the way the state operates, is Kentucky's not classed, it's not divisioned, it's not split up into sections that compete for like sectional championships or whatever, like some states do. It's one individual state championship, and it's one team state championship. And that's the way it's been from 1964 up until this year when we added girls. And the girls deserve to be at the same arena. They deserve to be getting the same treatment as boys. That's just the way it is. There should not be any difference. And the first girl that made it to the state championship, Priscilla Brownfield, her video is on the channel. And then the second girl to make it was Ashley Courtney, Woodford County wrestler. And the sanctioning was much needed. I mean, it was. The sport was never going to grow without girls having their own tournament to compete. And this was the 61st state tournament in 60. Well, let's go back. We'll say 60 state tournaments. In 60 state tournaments, 794 state champions, only 2 girls ever made it to the state championships, the tournament. Now, that's not taking anything away from what the girls are able to do as far as competing wise, technique wise, and all that. It's just sometimes you just got to call a spade a spade. Girls needed their own they needed their own area to compete. Mm-hmm. And like I said, Board of Control, KHSAA for getting that on board. There's been several people I know behind the scenes getting it pushed as well. So last year, as of this filming, I guess it was last spring, summer, somewhere in that neighborhood, the press release comes out. 2024 girls wrestling sanction. Talk to us. Tell us how you feel, because that's a big knowing that you could be a state champion with as long as you've been doing it. Walk us through that. Tell us how you're feeling.
I was excited to know that it would be like all girls, like having it more fair for us.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to compete against the guys and having our own tournament.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you of course win it at 126. You would have had to have wrestled Jaden Rainey.
Yeah.
Or Jaden Rainey is the boys champion this year at 126 pounds. And Jaden nationally ranked, 2 or 3 time Fargo champion in freestyle Greco. Probably going to do some off-season meets this year. I think his brother won like a world championship. And not taking anything away from you, but I don't think that would have been a fair interaction. It just wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And it's, like you said, use the word fair, and I think that's a great word, because It's just not fair. It just isn't. And doesn't mean that the girls don't sweat as much as the boys, put in as much work as the boys, know as much technique as the boys. It's just like we said earlier, sometimes you got to call a spade and say, we need our own. We need our own tournament to showcase what we can do. And you done it phenomenally. Now let's talk about your state tournament runs here. 2023, as a sophomore, 120 pounds. Of course, this was the Coaches Association. You come in third place. So you're on that, you're on the podium, you've placed, knowing next year, or I guess after this that year ends, girls are sanctioned. What is it that like you do? Do you go to some camps? Do you get some off-season work? Talk to us, walk us through that of how you get from going from the number 3 spot on the podium to a dominant run to a state championship.
I pretty much just practice year round. I'll go to any camp or clinic, and then I go to tons of national tournaments throughout the spring and summer.
And I couldn't tell you, in doing the videos that we've done, I couldn't tell you the number of wrestlers, now coaches, or in college, or even people, guys in their 60s, whatever, that have said how important off-season work is. Go to some you don't have to go every weekend. If you go maybe 3 or 4 tournaments, whether they're at the beach, try to go to Fargo, something in Gatlinburg, wherever, just go see different competition a couple, 3, 4 times a year, just to see where you're at. Just to see, okay, yep, I got thrown on my head. I need to work on my upper body defense, or this guy rolled me like a backpack. I need to learn to get off the bottom, or whatever it is. Just go. And the old saying, championships are won in the off season. You don't, yes, you may actually win the match during the season, during the tournament, but winning that match, what got you there is what you done in the off season. So, your state tournament run, 2024, of course, you're a junior, and you're coming into the state tournament with a track. I'm sure you probably wrestled more matches than this, but track has your record at coming into the state tournament at 13-0. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because you end up 17-0, 4 matches there. I just wanted to make sure that was right. You start off the day with the fall over Carissa Ross of North Hardin. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. So pretty good outing right there. Get the nerves out of your system, if you will. First time on the big stage, first time at the horse park.
Yeah.
The quarterfinals, you're wrestling Allie Murphy from West Carter. You win that by fall, 1 minute, 57 seconds. So, and I believe, yes, that I'm right about this. Murphy coming regional runner-up, because I got to referee the region she was in. I think I may have been the assistant on that match. So she was a pretty good wrestler you beat. You win a tech fall over Braley Jackson of Union County, 15-0. And she comes in third place. Braley, like I said, third place for her. So before we talk about your finals, you win that you've had 2 falls and a tech fall. You win that by 15-0 tech fall. You come off the mat knowing you're going to the state championship match. Talk to us. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Is it like it's time to put on a show? I need to be by myself. Talk to us. What do you do there?
Like nervous and excited. Just wanted to get it done.
No, I get it. I get it. It's no matter how many matches you've wrestled in your life, no matter what venue you've been to, whether it's the Woodford County gym, which we know a lot of great wrestlings took place in the Woodford County gym, wherever it's at, the horse park. You could go and wrestle a different meet at the horse park, but when you see the entire state represented, you see the big state championship banners up all over the place, knowing this is it. This is pretty much what these last however many years have come down to, is being able to say, I'm a state champion. And anybody can go to whatever tournament, place 8th, be said, there's people that brag about being, 28, 29 time All-Americans. Yeah, when you go to all these tournaments and they're placing out to 8th and they're saying it's an All-American, of course, yeah, big deal, congratulations. But
Yeah.
when the state championship match is on the line, knowing you can get your name up on that big board in Woodford County's mat room, knowing you can be one of the first girls in the state history and Woodford County's first girl to be a state champion, it has to be like those names we talked about, your Joe Carrs, your Ian Horns, your Chris Dunns, your Harrison Courtney, your Jeff Fitches, Josh Whitaker, all these people that's come before you, those names you've seen on that board forever. It has to be kind of like, this is my time, right?
Yeah.
And I guess, was you there on Friday when Isaac won it?
Yeah.
Okay, now of course Isaac's video is on the channel. He put on a good performance as well. So, like I said, you can't let Isaac outdo you. You know what I mean? You can't let a teammate outdo you. You got to come up and do your own thing. Now you're in the finals against Thea Bober McDaniel from Fort Campbell. Of course, we know Fort Campbell is a military installation. And I'll have to ask the question, had you wrestled Thea before?
No.
Okay. Woodford County to Fort Campbell, it's a pretty long trip. It is probably 3 hours. Well, actually, you would get on the Bluegrass Parkway and go all the way down to Bowling Green, take whatever that parkway that is, because I've made that going down doing videos so many times. I could just about drive that road by myself. Doesn't mean it's not a long trip. You know, I could blindfold myself and drive down through there, but just get on the Bluegrass Parkway and hit it. The Woodford County fan section, I think they have like signs holding up for you and Lauren. When you're backstage and they're getting ready to, or behind the curtain there, and they're getting ready to announce you for the face-off, are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good. That's what you want. It means that it means something to you. So we're going to pull up the video here, and of course, like we said, this has the face-off. Let me go all the way through. It has the Parade of Champions, the face-off, the match, and the medal ceremony. So here we go.
It is now time for the Parade of Champions, presented by the U.S. Marines. Please stand and welcome our 2024 Wrestling Championship competitors.
And there you come. I believe you're the third one back there. That big Woodford across your chest. How come you girls didn't dye your hair blonde like the boys?
I'm not doing that to my hair.
Here's of course, the face-off.
It is now time for the 2024 KHSAA State Wrestling Championship, presented by UK. That's me, finalists.
It's a long run out through there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it, but when you have to make that run, it's pretty long. Of course, here's the match video. We've got a pretty good referee out there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's get on the lines. All right, so right out of the gate, you're trying to go for that head. Were you like what, a snap down? What are we looking to do here off the right out of the gate?
I always go up to tie up like every match.
I got you. She shoots in. You're able to have some good defense. You shoot. You get a front headlock. You spin. There you go. You get your two. Are you trying to run a half here?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like some type of a half and a wrist or some type of new technique that I've not seen. I'm trying to spin around here to keep your your head. I like to look at the head that way. I know if somebody's hurt or whatever, it's good practice. I'm looking for some near fall here, or seeing if she's in near fall criteria, I should say. You're working it. 1, 2. I go behind, go behind. When she throws her legs over right here, you get the fall. That was excellent by you, not letting that go. Keep walking around the head. I was right there in position, and it was just a great performance. I believe that's Coach Lewis. Here's the medal ceremony. My phenomenal camera work here. I was sitting on the referee's row trying to get my phone set so we could have it for the review videos. And right there you can see to the left of the screen here, guys, the Woodford County fan section. I believe I see your name there in like gold. Gold glitter there. And of course, your teammate Lauren, right after you, she won as well.
And ladies and gentlemen, 26-pound state champion from Woodford County, Lacey Gilbert.
There you go, getting your medal, your bracket, and your state championship sign, which I see both those behind you there on your wall. Excellent mementos. And that's where the video ends. I'm sure you've probably watched it back, who knows how many times by now. But before we, kind of talk about the end here, going in, did you have like a game plan, or did you just take it as it come? You knew what you were good at, and I was going to run this offense, or talk to us about that.
I kind of just did what I know that I'm good at and just went match by match.
And like I said, I hate to keep repeating myself here, but it's so many of our, more recognizable names that we've gone on the channel here, we've done review videos with, they've said pretty much the exact same thing. I knew what I was good at. I knew that nobody could stop my shot. I knew if I got on top, throw legs in, it was over. If I knew if they crossed their feet, I could hit this on them and put them to the back. And it looks like that's what you've done, is you knew that once you got that half and you started working for that wrist and you started walking, that it was like a snake eating a little mouse or something. I mean, you knew you wasn't letting go of that. And I'm not saying that Thay's a little mouse. I'm just using that analogy. That's the way Animal Kingdom works. Snake latches on, it's over. So was that just like you knew when you got that half in that I'm not letting this go?
Yeah, I just have to keep running and eventually she'll go over.
Yeah, that's a fact. As long as it's legal, as long as you're running it, as it was something about referees, we're watching a million different things. Is this legal? Are they, is this going on? Yada, yada, yada. And as long as the technique is legal on something like that, that's what so many people are new people to the sport. Just because it's rough, just because it may cause some discomfort, doesn't mean that it's illegal. Now, we don't use holds for punishment or anything like that, but sometimes wrestling, you got to be rough. You got to impose your will. I mean, it's hand-to-hand combat. You know what I'm saying? It's we're not out here throwing fists, but nevertheless, your objective is to put another human being's shoulders on the mat, and they're trying to not have their shoulders put on the mat. So you gotta do what you got to do there. Like I said, watching it back, watching it as many times, even as short as it is, does anything stand out? Like, I don't remember doing that, or I don't remember this, or anything like that?
Not really. Like, I wasn't expecting to hit that little like throwaway, but then I just went with it and kept going.
No, it worked, and you guys call that a bowling ball? Is that correct?
No, I don't know what they call it.
Okay, because I
Oh,
know certain places call that when you throw that head ball, they call that a bowling ball. I didn't know if that was what Woodford County called. That's something about wrestling or grappling arts in general. I guess it depends on what part of the world you're from, is what certain techniques are called. And I just didn't know if that was what you guys called it as well. Excellent performance. I believe it was a minute, 10 seconds. So you had 4 matches, 3 pins, 1 tech fall. They would get to fall in the finals, and just phenomenal performance. Of course, going in next year, you're going to be a senior. You win it again, I would love to have you on. That way we can have you, representing it 2 times in a row. The offer is open. We definitely wanted to get with all 13 of the original girl state champions. That way future generations can have it. And it's just such a piece of history. And doing this review series, the videos, state finals videos, I've had so far, I've found 38 of the 61 years. The ones that we don't have yet, which you guys will see a list of what I have as compared to what I don't have. Woodford County, 4-time state champion, and his dad, Harrison, Courtney, and Brent, they've made a YouTube channel, Woodford County Wrestling Archives, and they've got so many old videos on there from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and there's probably 100 or so more they've got to go through and just label and see what it is they're uploading to YouTube. I'll be sure to link that profile in the description of this video. That way Woodford County fans can go watch it. If you wrestled at Woodford County, chances are you're on one of those videos, or maybe Lacey's video brought you to the channel. You wrestled somebody from Woodford, chances are you're on that channel as well. So Lacey, we've covered a lot of ground here. I like to give everybody the opportunity to give shout outs, add anything that we've not covered, take anything away, anything like that, anything you want to say. The floor is yours.
Not really. Just thank you to my teammates, Lauren, for working with me all year. And that's pretty much it.
And a woman, a few words. She does her talking on the mat, right?
Yeah.
Hey, no, I get it. I understand. And we're going to be getting with Lauren as well. Of course, she was the most outstanding wrestler. Phenomenal performance. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal performance. And I would just about, I don't want to guarantee there are truly no guarantees in life, but I would just about bet that there's going to be some little girl, if not multiple little girls, see your video and now be able to say, I want to be like Lacey. I want to wrestle like Lacey. I want to do what she done. I want my own set of Wonder Woman headgear, Dad. I want my own pink headgear to wear in the finals. So that's when Naomi Santiago, Henderson County, of course, we done her review video, and she went out and done, she coached, like, I don't coach isn't the right word, maybe a coach, but they have like youth camps and stuff there now, Henderson County. And she was going around letting the kids hold her sign and wear a medal and stuff. And that's what it's for. I mean, you win it, it's yours to show off and let the world see that you done it. And she was telling me that after the video come out and the kids got to see it, like the kids that she was coaching or helping instruct, they would bring her over to their mom. She's my new best friend. This is my new best friend. And had like her little medal and sign and everything. I was like, that's what the series is for. Stuff like that, to let the future generation see, hey, you can do it at Henderson County. You can do it at Woodford County. You can do it wherever you're at. It's just, am I going to put in the work I got to do? Am I going to get the best out of me to know I can stand on top of that #1 spot? So, Lacey, I think we've reached a good ending point here. A great video, great performance. Like I said, the offer for 2025 is open. Do it again. We'll do this again. That way we can have it documented and the world can see just how good Lacey Gilbert was. Wonder Woman, put your invisible jet up on the line. I'm sure Lacey'd give you a run for the money for it. Her headgear versus your invisible jet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. That's all we have. We'll see you guys and girls on the mats.